What's up, everybody? It's your boy Brandon Blakeney, aka Brandon Lee TV, back at it again with another banger for my people. Hey, man, kick back, relax, and come take a ride with your boy. Now, we have seen the impact of the class of 2023 on women's college basketball, and I think we can go ahead and stamp them as one of the best classes of all time and one of the best ones arguably we've seen in the last few decades. Now, we know the big names. We know Juju Watkins leading all the freshmen in scoring. Hannah Hidalgo leading in assists and steals. You know what I'm saying? We know Madison Booker. We know Malaysia Fulwiley. We know Mikayla Williams. You know, freshmen that have led their teams to conference tournament titles and have performed on the big stage. But I got a list of freshmen, some that you might not be so familiar with, that have really come in and lived up and exceeded expectations in this first college basketball season for them. But before we get into all that, make sure y'all hit that subscribe button for all the latest and the greatest. Join our memberships. We got that exclusive content coming daily, weekly, whenever you need it. Now, let's get into it. We got to start with the most decorated and highly touted freshman, the number one player in the country coming in, Juju Watkins, who has led USC to the final AP finish of number 3 in the nation, their highest ranking in quite some time. And then on top of that, she led USC to the Pac-12 tournament title, and she's been sensational. She's got a 50 ball next to her name, and she's taken the college basketball world by storm. Juju is averaging 27 points, 7.2 rebounds, 3.2 assists, and shooting over 40% from the field. The 6'2 freshman got game. I mean, you can just tell she played against guys growing up. I mean, she's got the smoothest, deepest bag as far as just getting to her shot off the dribble. She can hit it contested, catch and shoot, attack the basket, use her 6'2 frame to extend over defenses and finish through contact or contested. I mean, the mid-range, she's got the best pull-up maybe in the nation. I mean, just dribble, no wasted movements. She gets the ball. She gets to a point where she's creating that separation, and she is lifting off for that jump shot. She's the best freshman we've seen in some time. And in any other class, pretty much she'd be a runaway lock for a freshman of the year nationally. And maybe she will be. She wins the Pac-12 Freshman of the Year award. She's in there for the Pac-12 Player of the Year award. She was up for it completely. I mean, this is tough. USC lost 2 players, 2 cornerstones to the WNBA draft. We didn't know what to expect. And Juju Watkins has come in and elevated this program to new highs. And she's got even the Cheryl Millers of the world letting the people know the Lady Trojans, the women of Troy, are back in action. And, man, I tell you what, this is just year 1. We got 3 more years of Juju, man. If there was the WNBA, if they had a one-and-done rule, Juju would be gone. She would be the number 1 pick in the WNBA draft right now. Debate your mama. I'm not here for it. She is the best pro prospect in college basketball, period, men's or women's. I mean, just dynamic. And she's made an immediate impact. She's getting the national headlines, and she's the biggest name on this list. And her game does the talking. I mean, she's a creator. She wasn't scoring too well in that Pac-12 championship game and trusted her teammates, was dishing that rock, getting assists. She's a creator, a capable playmaker. She's a great rebounder. She defends. She blocks shots. Like, Juju is the complete package, and she is one of my favorite players to watch. So, of course, we start off with Juju, who is just incredible, man. We haven't really seen too many freshmen that score the basketball. She broke Caitlin Clark's freshman record for points, and well, she passed her on the list, and man, I mean, she's just been sensational. She's been better than advertised, and she's a hometown hero, man. Kicking it, graduating from Sierra Canyon, staying in California, and she even beat UCLA in year 1. Like, the sky's the limit. So definitely excited. Speaking of National Player of the Year, we mentioned that in any other class, Juju would be a runaway, but this class, is extremely special. And we have to mention the player that is pushing Juju to the limit for this National Player of the Year award, Hannah Hidalgo, who is a dog, yo. I mean, she came in as one of the top-rated point guards in the nation. Big expectations coming in. But Notre Dame was not expecting to be missing all freaking American guard Olivia Miles for the whole season. I mean, it was just crazy how this played out. And Hannah Hidalgo came in, was given the keys immediately, and from the jump was ready to run the show for Notre Dame. We saw her get off against South Carolina in her debut overseas. She's continued to be one of the best on-ball defenders. You can't dribble it around her. Leads all freshmen in steals, assists as well. She's a creator. She's quick twitch with the basketball, has it on a string. Reminds me so much of Trae Young, but actually can play defense. She's just a dog, a competitor, and she's always on go, man. She attacks the basket relentlessly. She's crafty. She can finish over the trees at her height, and she's just been incredible to watch as well. And there isn't a shot that she's afraid to take. Hidalgo is averaging 23.3 points per game, 6.4 rebounds, and 5.5 assists, shooting over 45% from three. And like Juju, she also led her team to a conference tournament championship. It was Coach Ivy's first as the head coach of Notre Dame, and her and Hidalgo had that great embrace after the game. Hidalgo is already one of the best point guards in the nation right now. She came in and she's exceeded expectations. A lot of pressure has been put on her shoulders early, and she is not disappointed. Notre Dame was the 4 seed, y'all, and made that run to the ACC tournament championship game and got the job done. And Hidalgo and her other two big three, Sonia Citron, Maddie Westbell, they have been sensational, but Hidalgo just was the way that she's been able to get plugged in and play. I mean, she's exciting. She's electrifying. She makes that Notre Dame team go, man. And I just don't know if you would have told me at the beginning of the season that they weren't going to have All-American guard Olivia Miles, that they would be in this position to be ACC title champs and have the potential to upset a few teams and make a really deep run into March. The way these guards get after it, I'm telling you, Hidalgo has just been a dog, yo. I gotta say it again. Just her play, her tenacity. We got some competitors on this list that will get out after you. They want to rip your heart out. And Hidalgo is absolutely one of those players that is giving 120 every time she's on the court. Pedal to the metal. And there's not too many guards as quick as her with the basketball. Big fan of her game, has it on a string, elite in the pick and roll, great decision maker. The shot selection will continue to improve, but man, I love that she has completely bet on herself and put the world on notice that it's not just Juju. She's in this running as well. Sticking with the point guards, the most electrifying point guard, maybe the most electrifying player in the nation with the deepest bag, period. Malaysia Fulwiley out of South Carolina, another hometown hero who kicked it at the crib to play her college basketball. And I don't care who you are, getting heavy minutes from Don Staley, borderline starter as a freshman, is no easy task, man. I mean, she's got 7-8 McDonald's All-Americans on that team. We've seen players transfer. We haven't seen a whole lot of freshmen make the impact that Fulwiley has immediately the way she has. I mean, she was the MVP of the SEC tournament, had 24 against LSU, and was the main reason that they won that SEC championship game. It was crazy because, the brawl overshadowed a lot, and I know I talked about it in previous videos, but the biggest takeaway from that game for real was the poise, the killer instinct, and the just incredible play from Malaysia Fulwiley, who looked like an upperclassman. She is the ultimate spark, and if Ashlynn Watkins was not in the SEC, she would be the 6th player of the year, no doubt. You just talk about a player that is cat quick with the ball, deep handle, got that Kyrie Irving layup package. I mean, she is just whenever she touches the ball, butts are leaving seats because people are standing up in awe, wondering what she's going to do. I mean, we saw her from the jump when she had that full court coast to coast, dribbling through traffic, up and under behind the back lay that took the world by storm. And then she's continued to just play. People will say it's flashy, but it's necessary because the way she plays the game, it keeps defenders on their toes. She'll give a behind the back pass because it's the best pass to make. Dawn Staley has deemed her a generational talent, guys. That's big praise from a player that has played the point guard position in the top guard spot in the nation. The award is named after her. Malaysia Fulwiley is one of one. On the year, Fulwiley coming off the bench is averaging 11.8 points per game, 2.9 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 44.4 from the field, man. And she's just a game changer. Whenever she is in the game, I'm telling y'all, you can just feel the difference of the vibe and how the play changes with South Carolina. And respect to Dawn Staley, who's giving Fulwiley a chance to make mistakes and grow and play through those mistakes. She's another tenacious defender. She's really emphasized the improvement and effort on her defense throughout the season. And she's continued to just get better. And she's playing on the best team in the nation. Just big expectations. And not a lot of room for error as far as how they're playing, man. I mean, undefeated, like expectations are high, so for a freshman to come into this lineup and be a major contributor is just impressive in itself, man. You just gotta salute it. Like we said, SEC tournament MVP, like she was going crazy, and then that final game, putting the dagger in LSU, she just poised, didn't let anything bother her, got that killer instinct, that dog, a player that you want with you when you go into battle, man. Just electrifying. That's all you can say about Fulwiley. She's electrifying. She came in McDonald's All-American, 5-star. You know, at the beginning of the season, I think there was a lot of speculation that she could possibly see some minutes, but we weren't sure, especially with the addition of Tahina Powell, and then you got Raven Johnson. I mean, they play 3 point guards. I mean, there ain't really many teams in the nation that's playing 3 point guards, big minutes, and allowing all of them to produce. You know what I'm saying? So it was kind of like we didn't know, but Fulwiley's so versatile. She can play the 2, she can spot up, she can shoot it, she can be a primary scorer as well as a playmaker. And Dawn Staley, just shout out to her again for just putting these players in a position to succeed and allowing them to be themselves. Because Fulwiley be out there playing young, wild, and free, and she's just exceptional talent, one of one, and she's gonna be carrying that torch for South Carolina sooner than later. I'm telling you that right now. And I think she's a player where we'll continue to see her production jump as her minutes and her attempts increase. But definitely excited for her in the future. Staying with the SEC and mentioning LSU, they have a top freshman of their own in Mikayla Williams, who was the number 2 ranked player in the nation. 5-star, came in with mega implications, and she's been a starter on the defending champs and one of their best players. I will say she has hit somewhat of a freshman wall in past weeks, but she's also come up huge for them in the biggest of games, and she's the main reason why LSU is locked up that 2 seed for the NCAA tournament, and they're in a good position to defend their national championship. Williams is averaging 14.4 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 3 assists, and shooting a very impressive 47.2%. We know Mikayla Williams' first love was softball, and she can throw them full court passes like no other. She looking like prime Kevin Love out there with the outlet pass. Just one of the best at also getting to her spot and getting separation and making tough shots, getting it off the dribble. She's got a very strong frame. She uses her size and her strength to bully smaller defenders, get into the paint. She's a great finisher with either hand. She's got the touch. She can run through you. She's got the Euro. She's crafty. And she's a big-time shot maker. Like, she really is streaky. Williams can get hot and reel off 10, 12 points in a row like nobody's business. She's continued to improve with defense, and she's another freshman that has a lot of responsibility on her shoulders as a starter. LSU is not a deep team. They rely on their starting 5 more so than probably any other team in the nation. They all play huge minutes. Williams has battled through injury. She's played hurt. She's played through adversity. We've seen some ups. We've seen some downs, but she's continued to get better. Yeah, she did hit a freshman wall, and, we did see some games where, she wasn't her best, and that's okay. That's expected. But when she has been at her best, she has been electrifying in her own right, just a natural scorer. And I think, too, that post scoring, that fadeaway that we've seen a little bit of, I think that's going to continue to improve as she gets more comfortable in that system where Coach Mulkey gets more responsibility, but also just gets more comfortable with the college game. She's been great, though, honestly. The conditioning will get better. You know what I'm saying? She'll keep getting just better all around, physically, mentally, just in the game, delivering. But I like what I see. She's another player that has that dog in her, that's not afraid of the big moment. I mean, she was going toe-to-toe with South Carolina, big shot after big shot. They came up short, but Mikayla Williams was out there looking like the only one that wasn't a little bit scared. She was out there going for next, man. So, love her game, love her size, and her ability to just navigate the floor. If she knows when to use finesse, she knows when to lower that shoulder and get to the cup. And she's going to be a player that I think is going to be getting to the free throw line a whole lot. Moving on to the Big 12, we got a few of them, y'all. Now, first off, we got to talk about the Texas freshman, Madison Booker, who is just a point forward in every word of the sense. Texas loses Rory Harmon, and I'm thinking, man, this is the only player they couldn't afford to lose. Now, I saw flashes of Booker to be able to create and be that point forward, even when Harmon was in the lineup. But when Harmon went out with that torn ACL, Booker completely took over as the lead playmaker of this team, and they have not looked back, and now they are hoisting that Big 12 tournament championship. And Booker, first off, best mid-range game in the nation, and then just an elite passer, elite court vision. I mean, she has really stepped up in a major way. You talk about freshmen that have a lot of responsibility on their hands. Imagine being a freshman having to really lead your squad and take over at a position that you're not naturally super used to playing. You're in a totally different position. Yeah, we knew she could pass it, but to be the lead playmaker and the main ball handler for this group, that would be a challenge for anybody to switch roles like that. On the year, Booker is averaging 16.9 points per game, 4.8 rebounds, 4.9 assists, and shooting an incredible 46.1% from the field as a freshman. And y'all know she rocking that number 35. That's legacy at Texas. Y'all know who wore that number mid-season. Especially losing an All-American point guard who may have been the National Player of the Year running in Rory Harmon. But Texas has continued to roll. Booker has been incredible. She's got size. She's quicker than she looks. She can get to the basket. She's a strong finisher, bully down low, great A+ mid-range game. I don't know if we know anybody in the nation. Can you name a player in college basketball with a better mid-range game than Booker? Because I don't know. She has just been really, really stable for them, a steady, consistent contributor. She's manned the ship, and she's a big, huge, major reason why they have overcome the loss of Rory Harmon, which I was doubtful about. And, they're hot right now. They've run through the Big 12 tournament. They're playing great basketball. She's got some talent around her. They've got shooters. They've got bigs. And, hey, man, watch out for Texas. Don't mess with Texas, man. Booker definitely, though, the cornerstone of this program. They need to continue to build around her. She's been incredible, though. I've loved what I've seen out of her game and just the way that she has just been poised in her decision-making, man. She just is not making too many bad decisions out there. She plays the game the right way, makes the right pass, and she ain't out there risking possessions. So, love what I'm seeing there. And then sticking with the Big 12, we got two freshman from Iowa State. First off, Audie Cooks, maybe the best post player as a freshman in the nation right now, man. I mean, she is a monster down there. And shout out to her because she started off playing limited minutes. She's gotten in better shape, built up her endurance, and she's been playing big minutes as the season has gone on. She leads Iowa State in points. She has been a complete just force down low for them, and it's been fun to watch. On the year, Crooks is averaging 18.7 points per game, 7.7 rebounds, and 1.1 assists while shooting over 58% from the field. The 6'3 freshman out of Iowa is a monster, man. She's physical. She's got great touch, great positioning, uses the block really well. You know what I'm saying? Natural instincts to really, really get to the cup, get in close, and finish around the rim. She gets you on that low block. It's barbecue chicken. Great footwork, soft hands, great touch. She runs the floor well for her size, and she's continued to improve game after game. And she's going to be one of the best bigs in the nation for a long time. So I'm excited to continue to see her development. But you gotta just show love to the improvement that she's made, just being able to stay on the floor longer for this group. And she's a big reason for this Iowa State resurgence in women's basketball. She plays with another really good freshman in 6'2 Addie Brown out of Kansas. She's averaging 13.5 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, 5 assists, and 47.8 shooting from the field. And she's another one of those, we mentioned, point forwards who can really run the show. Great passer, can score the basketball, real stat sheet stuffer. And with Brown and Crooks, man, Iowa State is going to be in a great position. They should be running the state of Iowa for the next few years behind these two. Heck of a job recruiting these two, pairing them together, and they've been great, honestly, man. This is going to be one of the best. Brown, a forward, so she could play the perimeter or down low. They're going to be one of the best front courts and best forward duos in college basketball for some time. So I'm excited to see them continue to develop and play together. Rounding out our list is another conference champion who was not expected to play so many heavy minutes as she was this year, but due to injuries, UConn Ashlynn Shade has had to step up, be a starter. She's grown up really fast. They threw her into the fire, and she has shined. She's one of the best shooters on this team, really found her stroke in conference play, and she's a big reason why UConn is hoisting that Big East title championship. They won the regular season title as well, and they are rolled in as well, one of the hottest teams in basketball, into the NCAA tournament. But Shade, she's proven that she's more than just a shooter. She's been able to find, when players try to run her off a 3-point line, she's shown that she's capable to put it on the floor and get it to the rack or find a teammate. But she can definitely light it up from three, and her shooting has really opened the floor, and it's allowed UConn to play a smaller lineup as well, with Leah Edwards at the 5 and Paige Beckers at the 4, which is nuts. But shout out to Shade, who has just delivered for UConn. They've played a lot of tough games. She's had some ups and downs, but in year one, she is battle-tested for sure. Shade is averaging 11 points, 3.2 rebounds per game, 1.5 assists, and shooting a very nice 49% from the field, I should say. 5'10 freshman out of Indy, and she's just come in and exceeded expectations. They've put a lot on her shoulders as well to be one of these leading scorers, and she's delivered, man. With the backcourt that they had, Shade was not expecting to see the minutes that she's had. But when you lose almost half your roster to season-ending injuries, you need other players to step up. And I think in the long run, it has really accelerated her development, and it'll be really, really beneficial for UConn moving into next year with Paige Beckers pairing her. They're bringing in a really good backcourt as well. Some recruits coming in to play the guard position. They're still in the running for Sarah Strong. UConn got some good things going, and they got a really good freshman class. KK Arnold, Ice Brady could have been on this list as well. They've been really productive and, have been asked to do a lot in year one. But, we're going to show some love to Ashlynn Shade because she's out there hooping as well, and we're going to give her flowers. But this class, we could go on now. I know I'm missing some, and y'all feel free to comment some other players y'all think should be on this list. But this freshman class, y'all, I think we can admit is one of the best that we've seen, period. A lot of production, a lot of great guard play, a lot of scoring, just a lot of versatility as well. And they're not only performing, but they're performing for winning programs. That's the key. We're talking about a handful of conference tournament champions now. This is going to be a special class and one of the ones that we're talking about for years and years to come. This new influx of talent in college basketball. I know we're losing Caitlin Clark, Cameron Brink, and some others, but this new talent is ready to carry the torch into the next generation as we move past some of those familiar household names that we've been accustomed to seeing over the last few years in the women's college basketball game. Fear not, fear not. The game is in good hands with these players that we mentioned on the list, and it goes beyond this list. But y'all holler at your boy. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation. These were not rankings. This isn't any in particular order. I just went at random on players that, I think have really shined as freshmen in year one. Y'all holler at your boy. Let me know how y'all feel about the situation. That's a wrap for us. For all the latest and the greatest, I am Brandon Blakeney, a.k.a. Brandon Lee TV. Until next time, we out.